As the clock approached 2 o'clock on Tuesday, the Marlins and Kim Ng decided to pull the trigger on a couple trades that are going to ultimately impact their playoff push. The Marlins acquired Josh Bell from the Cleveland Guardians in exchange for top prospect Kahlil Watson and Jean Segura, as well as trading Garrett Cooper and minor league lefty Sean Reynolds to the Padres in exchange for left-hander Ryan Weathers. Before we get started, y'all know the drill. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We got more videos coming up for you guys. I have a good one coming for you next, and even better one coming after that tomorrow, so you don't want to miss it. So, for the Marlins, they decided to do something fairly unique. So the Marlins get another slugging, switch-hitting bat in Josh Bell in exchange for the contract of Jean Segura and prospect Kahlil Watson. The first and most interesting aspect of this is a financial aspect that actually makes this trade work for both sides. First off, it's a pay cut for Cleveland. They have such cheap owners. And Miami's actually taking on a little bit more money, about $9.25 million from this season to next season in order to upgrade from Jean Segura. MLB trade rumors put it very good. Bell is making $16.5 million this season and next season, and then Segura is making $6.5 million this year, $8.5 million next season, as well as a $2 million buyout in 2025. Bell's rolled roughly $5.41 million this season, and Segura will make $2.13 down the stretch. And Miami's going to ultimately take on roughly $3.28 million this year and $6 million next season to upgrade from Segura to Bell. So that's ultimately what enticed Cleveland to move Bell and include Segura on this trade and ultimately make this work. As Cleveland went out and got top first base prospect Kyle Manzardo, they got Jean Segura, and they ultimately are going to designate him for assignment and release him to free agency. The Marlins also traded Kahlil Watson, who's now ranked 15 in the Guardians organization. He's 20 years old. He was a first-round draft pick in 2021. Scouting grades are 40 hit, 50 power, 65 runs, 60 arm, 55 field, overall 45. Overall has not put it together last year or this season. Last year hit 233 with 10 home runs. 712 OPS, 16 stolen bases. This season, in 60 games, hitting 210 with 9 home runs, a 727 OPS, 14 stolen bases. Last season, he struck out 132 times, only 32 walks. So Kahlil Watson has had a bunch of potential as a first-round draft pick, but is not looking too good. Now, Josh Bell, the big fish, no pun intended, heading over to the Marlins, which makes this deal work. And he's already paid huge dividends for the Marlins in their walk-off win against Philadelphia yesterday. He hit 241 with 12 home runs, a 724 OPS, a 101 OPS plus, 50 RBIs in 352 at-bats. Career 260 hitter with 142 home runs, 518 RBIs, and an 801 career OPS. OPS plus of 118. Yesterday, in his Marlins debut, he went 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 RBIs. He walked 1 time, scored 2 runs. I mean, you can't ask for a better Marlins debut for someone they went out and acquired. Overall, in this trade, I really like what the Marlins did to acquire Josh Bell. I think he's going to be a big piece in their playoff run. You know, to pair with Jake Berger in the infield, I really, really like this for them. And for Kahlil Watson and Jean Segura, you move Segura's bad contract. You take on about $9 million total more the next 2 seasons. Marlins, you're getting an A. And for the Guardians, I mean, you save some money and you get a prospect if you can maybe turn around, probably a B for that. To open up a spot in the infield for Berger and Bell, the Marlins traded Garrett Cooper to the Padres with Sean Reynolds in exchange for Ryan Weathers. Garrett Cooper this season is hitting 256 with 13 home runs, 46 RBIs, 723 OPS, career 271 average with 52 bombs, 776 OPS, and OPS plus for his career of 111. Cooper was an all-star last year for Miami. I think one of their lone representatives. He hit 261, 9 home runs, 337 on-base percentage, and a 752 OPS. Much better seasons in 2020, 2021, where he hit 283, 284 with 6 and 9 home runs. And Cooper hasn't played a full season yet and really hasn't been up to par. He's a free agent after this season, along with pitcher Sean Reynolds, who's 25 years old in AAA. I think it's a really solid trade. Reynolds scouting grades, 70 fastball, 50 slider, 55 changeup, 45 control, overall 40. This season between 3 teams, AA and AAA for both the Padres and the Marlins. He has a 2.72 ERA and 49 2/3 innings pitched, 12 saves, a 197 opponent batting average, and a whip of 1.19. He's striking out 57 to walk 24. The walks are going to end up being a problem for Reynolds. He walks quite a fair bit, one every couple innings. And if he can limit that with San Diego, you're getting a very good reliever. Going over to this trade and really going to impact the Marlins, but struggling so far. Free agent after the 2027 season, Ryan Weathers, 6.25 ERA in 10 starts, 44 2/3 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, and a 1.612 whip. I mean, overall struggled in the big leagues, 5.73 ERA in 143 innings. Nothing special, but Weathers, formerly a top prospect, still really young. He's 23 years old. The Marlins, we know what they do with pitchers. They got Luzardo for like nothing, and look how good he is. I think Weathers, a lefty as well. I think the Marlins can fix him, and I really, really like this trade as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Weathers comes out of the bullpen for Miami and it pitches some leverage innings and is a very, very solid pitcher. And ultimately, you gave up a rental of Garrett Cooper and Sean Reynolds, another reliever. I really, really like this trade as well. I think the Marlins pairing with Jake Burger, if you guys didn't see the video, I made a video on the Jake Burger trade. They really are making the right trades, as well as David Robertson. I know Robertson blew a game for you guys. I know he hasn't been as good as he was with the Mets. But I really, really like what the Marlins and Kim Ng have been doing. They are desperate for the playoffs. They are on that final push, 2 months to go in the season, and they can do it if they ultimately turn these players. If Josh Bell keeps performing at the level he is, as an all-star level with Miami, he's going to be a huge get for you guys. And then Ryan Weathers, if he can turn it around out of the bullpen and develop his stuff, along with Luzardo and all their young prospects. I mean, this Miami team has Weathers under control to 2027, another 4 seasons after this. That is very dangerous. So I want to know what you guys think about this. The Marlins, I really like what they did at the deadline. You're going to hear them in a video coming out tomorrow as some winners, potentially. I give you guys an A on this trade as well. I really like what you're doing. Kim Ng is one of the smartest general managers in baseball. And I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, come back for more videos, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.
It's delicious.